Let's move on to Tampa Bay, where head coach Bruce Arians got headlines for calling out superstar Tom Brady after the GOAT threw 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 in his Buccaneers debut. Well, that didn't sit well with Hall of Famer Brett Favre, who came to Brady's defense, saying, quote, I think the last person you want to call out after the first game of the year is Tom Brady. Now, maybe they had a mutual truce going into the game, going into the season. Hey, I'm going to be hard on you. I want the guys to know we're going to treat you the same, even though technically I'm not. So are you okay with it? Now, if they had that truce, great. But if not, I think you were barking up the wrong tree. Well, we got our own Hall of Famer joining us. Couldn't be more excited. Eric Dickerson, Fox NFL analyst. What's up, ED? But
what's up, guys? How you doing?
All good,
Legend.
all good. Marcellus, talk to me, though.
Yeah.
You got an issue with Brett Favre defending Tom Brady?
I do have an issue with Brett Favre. The great, respect to your career, but you the last dude that I want to be hearing some end-of-career advice from if it comes to Brett Favre. Do y'all remember how he came down the hill with no brakes? That's the last guy I'm going to say guide someone else's career, because his actions and his attitude at that time, latter stage Brett Favre, is not the advice that Tom Brady should take. So let's look at latter stage Brett Favre in terms of what he did in Green Bay, especially as I'm the full screen king. And if you look at this is what set Brett Favre up. 4-12, 8-8. Footnote right there. After that, he did go 13-3. But the point of it is, when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, all of a sudden, Brett Favre started to show some warts. Why do I bring that up? Because this is a guy, all of a sudden, all of the equity he had, all of what he built up was all of a sudden expendable and put at risk because of how he was treating the organization and treating others, to the tune of, they said that Brett Favre showed up one day while Aaron Rodgers was there, and they was like, we have moved on. You have to leave the building. And we all know what happened with the delay of the Wall of Honor, et cetera. All those things considered, if you're Tom Brady, you got to answer this in the only way that you can answer it, through your performance. This can't be an emotional, ego-based response. Like, oh, how dare he criticize me? And Brett Favre talking about you barking up the wrong tree. No, it sounds like Brett Favre, you're the wrong tree that was in the wrong yard because you didn't know how to deal with criticism when you were coming down the hill. I think that Bruce Arians is doing this the right way, leveling the playing field, saying all that greatness of yours, Brady, was somewhere else. Over here, different culture, same expectations, we still want to see greatness.
Well, I don't think, the question was, I think that you have a problem with him defending Tom Brady. I don't have a problem. I think any player should defend another player. I mean, I'm big on defending players, you know, in certain instances. One thing I have a real problem with is when a player goes from playing, then he goes to the booth or becomes an analyst. And all of a sudden, if he plays that position, like he's never thrown an interception, I've never missed a tackle, I've never fumbled a ball. Like, oh my God, he can't fumble a ball in that situation. I was a running back, you can't do that, but I guarantee you fumbled a ball before also. So I don't find anything wrong with you defending a former player. He's defending a quarterback, he's defending a great player. Tom Brady's no doubt about that, for sure. But I think Tom Brady is the first to take ownership of when he plays bad. I mean, and that's what it is. One thing is you got to understand, he hasn't been in Tampa. This is his first year in Tampa. Everything is brand new. Marcellus, you know how it is, man. Even walking into the locker room is new. Everything is new. Getting to the stadium is new. Being in New England, he could go to that stadium with his eyes closed. These plays, they're brand new. I mean, when I played for the Rams and I played for the Colts, the system was different. The 2-4-6 hold was on the right with the Rams. 2-4-6-8 was to the right. When I got to the Colts, 1-3-2-4-6-8 to the left. So it takes a minute to get acclimated to everything. This is one game. The season's not over. I think everybody, I don't know if everybody's panicking, but I think this is a no-brainer. Brett Favre did right by defending Tom Brady. I mean, because you can't have Tom Brady coming out and say, hey, look, y'all threw 2 picks, but blah, blah, blah. No, that doesn't sound right. So you have another guy, another Hall of Famer, you know, and Brett has thrown his share of picks. There's no doubt about that. So if you'd have heard Brett Favre say, you can't throw those kind of picks, that's a bad pick. How you going to do that? Now, you'd have been like, hold up, Brett. Wait a minute now. You're known for throwing picks. You're known for trying to squeeze the ball in. So for me, I don't have a problem with him defending another player.
Man, I'm with you, Hall of Famer. I agree with you. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't have a problem with it because, Marcellus, if Brett Favre can't speak on this matter, who the heck can? Like, Brett Favre is actually one of the few people most qualified to talk about this. He played to the age of 40, when playing to the age of 40 wasn't a regular occurrence like Tom Brady and Drew Brees are now making it seem like. Brett Favre actually succeeded at a very high level. Remember, he went 12-4 before losing in an NFC championship to them Saints in Minnesota when he was 40. Brett Favre has actually played and succeeded after transitioning to a new team, leaving a historic place where Brett Favre was in Green Bay, then going to Minnesota, having success. Tom Brady left a historic place in New England, going to Tampa, trying to have success. Brett Favre is actually the one person that should be able to speak on this. But also think, Brett Favre, he knows better than Bruce Arians what will work, as Brett Favre has worn the shoes. Bruce Arians, he might necessarily have been a stylist trying to make sure that Tom Brady looks the part, Tom Brady can play the part, but Brett Favre has actually had to walk on the field, walk between those white lines as you talk about. So Brett Favre should speak on this most, but in all honesty, I'm fine with Brett Favre saying what he said and defending Tom Brady, because Brett Favre is right. Like, Bruce Arians, okay, you don't need to necessarily coach Tom Brady in the same way as you're coaching everybody else. So even if Bruce Arians does have some sort of truth, that's ignorant. Think about how think about how Bill Belichick has adjusted in New England. Everybody said oil and water, Cam Newton, Belichick won't work. Well, Cam Newton showed up in his highlighter yellow suit with his fedora hat with the feather in it, and he still balled. Why? Because Belichick made proper adjustments. I think Bruce Arians, if he wants to be a Super Bowl winning head coach, not Super Bowl winning assistant coach, he needs to make the same adjustments.
Man, all he's saying, if you really decode it, is, I was too emotional at that stage of my career and too accomplished to be hearing somebody talk to me like I was still a player. So he's trying to tell me that Tom Brady is the same? Like, don't bark up that tree may fall on you. Maybe that tree is withering away. Maybe there is an issue with it, and he's trying to save it if you're Bruce Arians. So this whole don't talk to me like that, that's soft belly. I ain't from that school of thought. What really is going on here is simple. They had a bad draw for week 1 of Tom Brady going to a new organization, new system. You're playing the Saints. Can y'all calm down? Y'all want to look at your schedule going forward? You got the Panthers, Broncos, Chargers, Bears, Packers, Raiders, Giants. At least 5, 6 of those games look winnable. Pretty easy if you just show up as Tampa Bay. So the point of this is, Brett Favre, you don't need to defend Tom Brady and go out there and say, hey, Hall of Famer, hey, I got your back. Yeah, he is making us look a little hard and soft. Stay in your place, stay on the farm, let Tom Brady stay on the team, in the locker room, and take this coaching like all players should. Coming up, we got a fun new game you've heard of. Keep it